patterns, and more patterns. So I was shooting a little informing animated training video for my NT8C Trader, MT4, MT5 TradingView, and God knows whatever next trade platform program. And I was talking about institutionals. You could see what looked like accumulation down here. In the video, I was talking about that very likely they're going to pump this thing out of here. Now, not only was I seeing accumulation here in a range of items, and I'm not talking about bid-ask delta. That stuff's toast nowadays. I wouldn't use that stuff anymore. If that was the last stuff left on earth. The games they play and the way they've changed the institutional flow of order flow into the book after the 2008-2009 financial crisis annihilated prior cumulative delta patterns that used to be prominent. And now there's some really big manipulation of order flow information because of the way that the institutionals are running futures trading. I got it fully automated in conjunction with zero DTE trades, and I won't even get into it. Took somebody I know that traded institutional and a huge high-frequency trading firm, and myself and about 4 other people in the hedge fund industry to finally put the Rubik's Cube puzzle together, kind of figure out what they're doing. And it's bizarre. I call it the perpetual motion trade, where they can literally just move the market at will right now with that combined automated trade between the words that they're flowing zero DT options flowing as they're pumping futures. It's really interesting. So anyhow, when I see that lift off areas and I see that, it's like, they're accumulating. Okay, so, but let's just talk about patterns in general, even if you had zero knowledge of what institutionals do. And you don't need that knowledge. It's kind of fluff. Yeah. Okay, see a market. These two charts, same Renko time frame. This one, though, I have the iGrid set to a more responsive setting than this side. You can see I'm getting flips. Here, it's the iGrid's not as responsive to what price is doing. It's giving it a little bit more room to breathe. So let's take a look at some patterns here that I want to point out. That was a nice slap down. I was using my drawing tool. Oh yeah, there's some pattern. Okay, right here, and just below this, there's some support. So it's like they built support earlier in the morning. Now they're building support in a new level just above. That makes sense. So see this area of accumulation? It's the same area here. Now watch how you can take advantage of it. These are the exact type of price patterns that I watch throughout the day to engage what I would call quick scalp trades using iGrid. Okay, the market's been making lower pivot lows just slightly. Then right here we make a higher pivot low. So they're accumulating. Now they're kind of done with their accumulation phase. Now they're going to get into what I call the pump and push. So they're going to push the market away from where they've accumulated. And frequently in these areas, you start getting a bunch of W's. And there it is. W pattern in conjunction with a slightly now higher pivot low, ever so slightly, and lift. That's a beautiful area with the iGrid to take a shot to the long side. I mean, I just had 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 3 bounce, 4 bounce, and right in here is right here. Okay, quick scalping. Stop right there. You're at 1-to-1. Give your stop to break even plus a few ticks. Then stay in the trade and see if you can get to 2-to-1. Get to 2-to-1. Move your stop to the most recent low pivot. Then it runs away from you and hooks, and right here, bail. You're done. That was a quick scalp. And you made a nice hit. Especially since you just pushed over the recent pivot. It's pushing. If it stalls out, just get out. That's a quick scalp. You had a minor level sweep, bounce. Minor level sweep, bounce. levels test, bounce. There's the levels test. Same one right here. Lift. On my more responsive chart, I get in. Stop, never more than most recent price pivot, plus maybe a couple of ticks. You take your shot. And then if you wanted to, you could add right here. You could add. Get the rollover, flip out your trade, or at least move your stop up. Now you got an entry down here, an entry down here. I would put the stop no lower than where price broke through that prior pivot area. And if I see it rolling down, I'm just going to blip it out. Hey, I just made a little over 2 to 1 on my primary and my ad. I made, decent amount. I'm good. It's a skill.
Signals.
This was a nice one earlier too. I like this. We did a little bit of a level sweep and we came down, up, W pattern. Boom, hit it. Let's go look at that in this chart. I'm looking for these patterns all day long. With the iGrid, I can see these patterns as clear as day. Let's get that over here so you can see it. Now remember, this is super responsive, the setting. So, of course I got flips all over the place. Let's pull this all the way over to the current period. Here was that area right there. So look at this. I just want to show you these. There's W and M patterns all over the place. W pattern, go. W patterns, go. W patterns, go. And then right here, there was a little W pattern and go. Here, W pattern, go. You could literally on one chart sit here all day, get a time frame where the market isn't too fast for you, and I have training on how to dial in a time frame that works best for you. Get a time frame with the speed of price you can handle, and then look for your W's and M's. Or higher pivot low lift. Make a pivot, then a higher pivot low lift. Usually you'll see a W and that's it. Or look for M's or lower pivot highs. You get a slap down. If you get a kickback pivot that's equal or lower and it rolls over, you get a little M, you can work those to the downside. Here was a little M the other day. The market came up, eked out a few ticks above the recent pivot, pull back. Then we got a good clean level sweep of the prior level, got an M pattern and rollover, hit it. So these patterns happen all over the place, constantly. It's like they rammed it right back down by design to accumulate support potentially. And we have some support below that. They might want to come down and test below that one before they try to run up. We'll see. We got Fed meeting minutes in about 53 minutes today. I think the biggest of participants are going to be active out of the Fed meeting minutes into the end part of the day. So yeah, it's patterns. And then you can watch the bigger picture structural moves on a different set of settings on the same time frame, or maybe a slightly higher time frame than what you're using for your active trade entry chart. I'm going to make a statement here. This is a very, very important statement. You are not going to ever blow out your TPT, your TST, your My Funded Futures, or your Apex accounts taking mechanical shots at the market with contained risk, playing long side or short side, or I have very extensive training on levels tests and levels sweeps. I love taking trades. Like right now, we're in the midst of a level sweep. We're sweeping out there. We've now swept an area of accumulation earlier. So if I get a long setup where I saw the little form, lift, pull back, higher pivot low and lift, that would be an area I'd be willing to take a long in. Okay. Because I just had a level sweep. Those are responsive areas to take trades where there's a high probability of follow through. I like to take trades where there's a lot of energy in the market.
Oh,
And the biggest energy in the market tends to be in running trends and the market testing its edges of its recent range. That's where there's energy, where you can get a lot of responsiveness to price, one way or the other. So mechanical trading, paying attention to patterns, paying attention to levels. We teach you how to draw and track your own levels. Very simple process. Got some pretty wondrous levels tool you got from myhotlevels.com, whatever. I just draw my own on a 4-hour chart, and then I track them a bit intraday as new ones form, organic levels, and so on. So you can really break this stuff down and make it simplistic and mechanical. And I'm telling you, with the iGrid indicator and the way you can dial it in, regardless of the bar type that you like or the time frame you're on, we can get this baby so dialed in so that you have a bigger picture chart and you have an entry chart. And we have automated. So if you want to, as you're trading, taking your manual discretionary trading to a higher level, and you're never traded automated, come on in and start learning how to do the automated stuff. Then you can add that to your mix. So what is the dynamic income potential on a monthly basis of a person that spends a month learning how to trade an automated system on NT8 to the point where they're trading 300K accounts on a trade copier and an NinjaTrader 8 platform? And that's some pretty mind-boggling capability. Even if all you do on your 300K account is just go for $7, $8, $9 a day per account. So you have to go try to get like 33,000. Oh, I watch all these YouTube videos every day. Today I did 33,000 on my Apex accounts. 2 days later, the guy's like, "Oh, I just blew up 12 of my Apex accounts." The next day, "Oh, I did 72,000." The next day, Shaggyverse, Prime and A6. Get out of that boom and bust cycle, baby. Get methodical. We call it systematical, methodical, and boring. Make your trading boring. Make it mechanical. Whether you're doing manual discretionary or get it, go get it. We're the house, man. We've got the best tools on NT8, and we are just getting warmed up. I've just told my group of some new tools that I'm going to bring to the mix. So, anyhow, I'll be quiet now. I'm a little animated today. I had a really fun day. Had lots of fun trading the CPI news. And I've drank a lot of iced tea. So I'm probably beers later to calm me down. Okay, everybody, you have a fantastic day. Info at gridalgo, GRIDALGO.com for any questions. And I got some big, massive marketing campaigns to be announced on deck. We do MT4, MT5, we do C-Trader, we do TradingView, we do NTA, and some big stuff is on deck over and above. And I'm massively looking forward to all the stuff that's going to get deployed over and above what we already have deployed the rest of this time. So I'm working my butt off. Just beautiful, beautiful, heavy thunderstorm and rains in central Texas last night. Now it's sunny, gorgeous. Got the wildflowers popping up everywhere. Indian paintbrushes, bluebonnets, April showers, spring May flowers. So come on, come experience the rain and the thunderstorms. Frustration of learning how to trade automated. It's not easy. Experiment. Do everything wrong. Figure it out, figure it out, figure it out. And by May, be proficient. You'll know what you're doing. Go see the flowers in May. Does that sound good? Okay, guys. Have a great day. Talk to you all later. And go automated and go often.